Namaskar everyone. Today we will be interviewing a recent graduate of Kothari International School. Saipaarth is a student who has had many accolades in the academic field. He is also someone who is very keen to share his knowledge and inspire others. So we will be delving into his academic journey, his personal challenges, and also how studying the humanities, especially at Kothari International School, has shaped him. So let's begin. So Saipaarth, how has Kothari helped shape your personality, your life goals, and your values over the years?
As a student of Kothari for 12 years, I have particularly been one to follow the school's core values, though there are of course some lapses. Particularly the core values of zero conflict world and oxygenated sphere are the ones that have guided me most. Plus, the house mottos also, they are sort of like watchwords I live by. Truth with triumph, for honor we strive, and all of those. Additionally, I have gone through a lot here, and all my life experiences have been helpful. All the hard work that I've put in here, all of the wonderful teachers I've had, the wonderful friends I've had, all of them have made me realize how lucky I am to be in such a wonderful institution. And as I've grown up, I've realized just how lucky I am, and I've realized just how imperfect the world is, but how in that imperfection there is perfection. And the school has helped shape my perspective on the world. It's helped me realize that I need to give back to society as one of the more privileged members, and about how I need to improve the country, improve the world, and generally be a good citizen.
Thank you. I think every Kothari student can relate to that answer because every classroom, every corner we turn, we have a poster that has our school's core values listed, always reminding us to carry them within us. So thank you for that. So, you've gotten into a very prestigious law college, Nalsar, but I'm sure you're going to be carrying a lot of memories of Kothari to there. So, can you share a very memorable experience or event that took place at the school that changed your mindset, it made it more positive, changed your attitude?
I have both a memorable experience and a memorable event. When I moved to Noida and joined Kothari when I was in first grade, and as someone who'd been born and brought up in Bangalore, I did not know a word of Hindi. And it was very jarring for me to come here and hear everyone jabbering away in Hindi while I was the only one speaking English. So I put in a lot of effort towards learning Hindi, particularly after the entrance test, where the Hindi section was the only one I left blank. So every day I used to come to school, I used to go through the Hindi book, and I used to make an effort to learn Hindi. I used to go home, go through all those. I used to listen to Hindi songs. That's where I started singing for the first time, and also where my taste for Bollywood music came about. And then slowly, I think it was over a period of 2 months, I slowly started to learn the language. And then after those 2 months, after the summer break, I came back fluently speaking Hindi. Then the memorable event is a bit more recent. This was in 11th grade. Now, I had a rough time in 10th, as anyone who has been classmates with me will know. And after 10th, I was a little nihilistic. I was like, what's the point? It's just 2 more years of school. Then there was a debate competition that Samta ma'am had entered me in. It was an inter-house debate only. I didn't want to do that, but Vandana ma'am and Deepti ma'am convinced me to do it, saying it's not like you're going outside the school and you'll do well. I wasn't sure. Last minute, I hadn't prepared anything. I just went on stage and I spoke on a topic that I was interested in. It was about international relations. It was East is more powerful than the West. I had to argue in favor and against that. So I went, I spoke from memory, from my knowledge. And then after that, because of my speech, for some reason my house won. And then I realized, wait, if I can do this well without preparation, imagine how well I can do with preparation. And then I started thinking, maybe there is something I can do after all. If I can speak this well, maybe I can actually put my words into actions. I can improve things for people. And that helped me choose to decide that, okay, I will give CLAT. If I practice as a lawyer, that will help a lot of people. And then another career option I'm considering is going into the foreign services. And again, that was shaped by the debate because my understanding of international relations was significantly improved after the realization that I could do well in a debate like that.
Thank you. I think that goes to show the opportunities that are provided at Kothari, and your own story is just so inspiring how you overcame your personal tribulations, both the anecdotes that you shared. So thank you very much for that. So Saipaarth, in the next couple of days, you will be on a flight to Nalsar, and that's a very prestigious college. So would you please share with all those tuning in What was the preparation like? What steps did you take to get into such a college?
Well, firstly, my mother made the wise decision to enroll me early in coaching. After the summer of 11th grade, after I came back from New Zealand, she enrolled me in Career Launcher for the preparations. I joined early because my mother believed if I join early, I will get a head start. I'll get the hang of it earlier. And the subjects there were very easy. It was GK, legal aptitude, English, then logical reasoning, and mathematics. And I got it from the start. And the teachers at coaching, they were wonderful. They helped a lot. My preparations, well, it was more like ongoing. I didn't just sit the night before the exam or the week before the exam. It was constant over those 18 months or so. I used to get up in the morning. I used to read the newspaper, the Hindu particularly. I used to go through the grammatical section, the editorials, and the GK section that they have. I also used to keep track of global news on my laptop and on the TV. I used to keep track of everything because a lot of what I was keeping track of ended up coming in the exam. And particularly, it was less chaotic when I was giving exam. Now, anyone who might give it this year, they'll have to deal with all of the events. So it pays to have a good source. Particularly at Career Launcher, they have this newsletter called Manthan. All the month's news in one box. Plus, when you're reading a newspaper is essential for it. In addition to that, going through the books that your coaching provides you if you decide to join coaching, or even going through, let's say, general knowledge books aside from what the coaching provides you, that helps, particularly in GK, which has the most questions in the paper. Additionally, I didn't just rely on that and do it just for studying, I did it for fun as well because I liked reading it. So a lot of my reading material that I have at home, a lot of the stuff deals with political issues. I read a lot of John Grisham, legal thrillers, and even Ken Follett and his adventure/political novels. So all that helped me develop a sense of understanding that only a few other people I know were able to get. So the preparation needs to be constant and need to be consistent. Even if they feel tired, even if they feel exhausted, they shouldn't run themselves out, but they should at least try. They should, if not, no one can study for 8 hours continuously. They can study for 2 hours and take a break. That break helps them refresh and it ensures they can retain.
Right, so I think the takeaways from that is consistent preparation, good sources, and of course a passion. So, why Nalsar out of, I'm sure, the plethora of options you would have had? Could you first of all illuminate us on that? And secondly, how do you think law as a field of education will help better your decision making skills, your leadership skills, and other such vital qualities that one needs?
Well, if I'm being honest, Nalsar wasn't my first choice. I had wanted to go to NLSIU Bangalore because I was born in Bangalore. My family has property there. We lived there for a while. And my mother was also a professor at NLU Bangalore and she taught while she was pregnant with me. So I took my first steps on the campus as well and I wanted to go there. But after the whole debacle that was the CLAT exam last year, I found myself in limbo for a few months. Then when I put the preference for the counselling, initially on the first list I got into Jodhpur, even after the updated ranks. So that's when I realized I'm not going to be able to get to Bangalore, so what is the next best option? Hyderabad. And of course, Akshita Sharma was going there. She had told me that that Hyderabad, the college there has a lot of good internships, it's a good environment, a lot of people in Hyderabad speak Hindi as well. So there's that familiarity, even though you're away from home, it still feels like you're at home. So that was also part of it. Additionally, Hyderabad, it's a wonderful environment there, it's a wonderful city. So I decided, okay, maybe I should give Hyderabad a try. And when it comes to law helping my decision making and leadership skills, it's actually already started. Since I started preparing for CLAT, I went through a lot of cases about how things have been decided in this country, constitutional law cases, criminal law cases. And then I started choosing my words particularly more carefully. That's what I've noticed. Anything that could be provocative, I try and avoid it. Most of the time, I just choose very neutral words nowadays. Like, particularly Akshita Sharma knows how provocative I can be sometimes with my words. But increasingly, I found I've been a little bit more restrained. That's what most lawyers are supposed to do. They're supposed to be reconciliatory when necessary and sometimes go out and fight for their client. And when it comes to leadership skills, particularly being a law student, that will teach it on its own. Like if you participate in a lot of MUNs, you will naturally have to pick up some of the skills like public speaking, research, and that's also in common with being a law student. And participating in all the debates and moot courts also really helped. Plus, it helps you realize that some decisions you make will not impact your life, they'll impact a lot of other people's lives. And if you have that much power in your hands, you need to be careful and you need to ensure things are as above board as possible. So, again, it will inculcate a respect for the law, but it will also inculcate the need to be compassionate.
Right, thank you for that. I think the first thing that you shared, it really embodies the quote that goes, when life shuts one door, it opens the other. And I think your answer might encourage some students to pursue law as a field. So thank you for that. So since you're going into college and you'll be exposed to a different type of college culture and you'll be exposed to completely new faculty. So can you tell us about Kothari, how the teachers helped shape your life here and how the school's culture influenced you?
Well, Kothari's school culture is one that encourages discussion and debate, but also reminds you that there is a certain line that should not be crossed, and certain traditions and values which should not be breached under any circumstances. Like for example, hard work is very valued here. If it doesn't matter if, let's say, you get less than expected, as long as you put in hard work, that's what matters. Results are also important, but so is the work. And additionally here, there is a different level of freedom of speech compared to what I've experienced. Like I have gone to different schools and I have seen there, I've heard from my friends in those schools about how they don't get that much opportunity for debate and for discussion, how they just have to go along with what is decided for them. So that's one thing I particularly loved about Kothari. Additionally, the teachers here, all of them are amazing. All of them have taught me some new lesson. Deepti ma'am was the one who helped me improve my organizational skills. Vandana ma'am helped expand my area of research from just history to political science to economics. Hema ma'am improved my English beyond recognition. Rukmani ma'am also helped with the English, with the grammatical errors, she helped rectify that. And Beena ma'am helped me question my own economic views and perspectives. So in that way, the school's culture has helped me realize no one can exist in a bubble. What might be a perspective now will definitely not be a perspective in a few years, because you'll have learnt more, you'll have changed, the environment around you will have changed. So your opinions and views need to be what is practical at a particular time. And that practicality and the willingness to question yourself, the willingness to be open to new ideas, that is very important, especially in a fast changing world like ours. So Kothari school culture has been very beneficial to me, and all the skills I've learned here, be it debating, public speaking, and everything else, especially the organizational skills, that is definitely going to be useful for me, not just in college, but for many years to come.
So you were very lucky when it comes to teachers. You had not one but multiple John Keatings of your own. And right, when it comes to school culture, Kothari really knows how to strike the perfect balance. Moving on to our next question. So Saipaarth, thank you very much. I think that was a very insightful session. A lot of gemstones came falling out, and I think our students who will be watching this definitely have a lot to reflect on and a lot to think about for their own academic journey, and that will definitely be inspired by yours. So thank you very, very much for coming here to this interview and answering our questions.
Thank you for inviting me. It was my pleasure.
Thank you.